for months. I'm serious about this. Whenever you hear it, I'm not making a joke. It's Vanderbilt at Missouri. This could be the game that the Vanderbilt Commodores gets that upset, does what they need to do. This could be the one that ends the SEC win streak, or loss streak, I should say. Uh, Now, boss man, what say you about this game?
I'm with you. I'm interested in this game. I think this is a weird one because we're talking about this is, Vanderbilt. This is the one. Maybe Vanderbilt can do it. And I feel like it's one of those weird spots where you look up at the end, of this game on Saturday and you're like, Vanderbilt could have had them, but we were all talking about it too much, and Mizzou just found a way to win. Uh, but I still like the possibility of Vanderbilt winning in this one. It's an away game. It's in Columbia for Vandy, so a little bit tougher to go on the road and get your first SEC win in 14 tries. However, look, they were leading Ole Miss at halftime. AJ Swan has been playing well. I think Mizzou is really kind of down. They've played some of these teams very closely and had some devastating losses here earlier in the year. So maybe Mizzou's a little bit on the ropes. Vanderbilt, I think, is still trying to figure it out. I don't think that they've got the talent that Mizzou does in the locker room, even though I know that Mizzou is not looking that good and has a long way to go. So it's going to be a fascinating game. I'm really interested to watch it.
All right, Hammer.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I think as you pointed out, this is a very interesting game. Plenty of storylines here. Something I'm looking at is Eli Drinkwitz and sort of what his future is, because they've competed very well this year outside of the Kansas State game in non-con, but they've still lost, and they've lost a lot of close games in the SEC so far. This is simply put a game that you cannot lose if you're Missouri and you're Drinkwitz. So I like the Tigers at home here. I think this is a game that they look at on their schedule as like, look, guys, we have been playing well. We've been competing against teams that have better talent than us, frankly. They're coming off of a bye week. It's at home. They have got to win this football game. And as we've talked about with Vanderbilt, week after week, they are improved, but they're still an SEC bottom dweller. And to expect them to go on the road and win, even against a team like Missouri, is not something I'm willing to do right now. So I think Missouri will win. I think the last I saw, the spread was up around 14. Don't know if I would pick Missouri to cover that, but I do think they'll win at home. I think they'll figure it out. They'll manufacture enough points offensively with Brady Cook, as limited as he is, and they're going to find a way, because you just can't lose to Vanderbilt at home. You just can't.
Yeah. It's also going to be tough after Vanderbilt just lost last week 55-0 to Georgia. You getting beat up like that against Georgia. How are you feeling? That week leading up to this game, how are the ice baths? How's everybody coming out of the training room? They got rocked last week. So that's tough to get back up in a road game in Columbia to try and beat Mizzou now.
All right, boss man. Final thoughts and predictions.
I'm going to take Missouri. I think that the hype is there for Vanderbilt. Everybody's kind of talking it up. Maybe this is the one they can get. Generally, I would agree with that. However, I think this spot is difficult for them. You got Mizzou coming off a bye week. I just mentioned that Georgia, rocked Vanderbilt last week. I thought Vanderbilt might cover in that game. Didn't happen. Georgia's back. They're looking good. And I just think Vanderbilt's probably going to be too beat up to take down Mizzou in this one. And like Hank mentioned, Mizzou's back is against the wall. You like teams. I like teams when their back is against the wall to come out and play well. And I think that that's what you're going to get here in Columbia with this one. So I'm going to take the Tigers.
All right, Hammer, you.
Yep, same here. I'm riding Missouri in this one. I just, I don't trust Vanderbilt to go on the road in the SEC and win a game. Mizzou's been pesky. They've been playing well. They just need a breakthrough. And what better opponent to get a breakthrough win against than Vanderbilt? That's sort of a rite of passage in the SEC East is, picking up a conference win against Vandy. So I expect Missouri to do that this week.
Yeah, they are the SEC slump buster, unfortunately for Vandy. That's Saturday at 3 o'clock Central Time on the SEC Network. That'll be opposite of the CBS game. Mizzou, a 14-point favorite. The over-under is at 50 points.